Hello everybody, thank you for coming to watch this video. I'm going to make, I think about 6 or 7. I don't think I can get done with the 7th artist deco. So I'm going to make 6 and I'll probably speed up some of this. I do ramble on a bit, so it may be slow with me talking and then fast parts in it. Hopefully it's not too choppy. I'm not very good at editing. But so I think I'm gonna break it into 3 parts. It depends on how much gets clipped off of this. So either 1 or 2 parts or 3 parts. Yep. So thanks for watching. A lot of these are digis. I'm just gonna get like the non-birthday or Christmas ones. The little panda bears. And cupcakes. And llamas. I might do that. Let's see, what am I going to do? Let's make a cover. Cupcake could be I'm not going to do it with this one, but I could make it, oh, well, I guess I could make it kind of coming off like that. I got a smaller cupcake I'd probably use. I don't have my decorative paper. I could use, because I've gotten really big into jelly printing on some fabric. It's like super satisfying, like filling that. It's like paper, but you can't rip it. Oh, you can rip it, but you can't just rip it like you can paper. You gotta kind of get it started with scissors. That's why I love using it for my binding. And then with the fabric on there, and then it looks really good when you go to sew on it. Sew it. I'm just going to add, I do a lot of layers, and yes, I cover up a lot of stuff. That's just the way of art sometimes. Many layers. It doesn't bother me. If it bothers you, oh well. I am not, I mean, it sounds harsh, but I don't live and do things because of other people's opinions. Just put it that way. And if you follow me, you probably aren't uptight about that kind of stuff. That's cute. So you can use any of them. I do like, I mean, maybe in the middle, but I do like it kind of over to the side. Any of them. Purple looks really good with orange. I do have a color wheel, and I do sometimes try to not really plan, but I mean, to me, all these look good with this bright yellow, orange, peachy color. I don't think there's a color that would look bad with it at all. Let's see what would look bad with that. Maybe like I was going to say brown, but that looks good. I don't know. Neon pink would still look good. So I try not to think about it too much. I'm like, oh, is this perfect? Is this perfect? And then just move on. And then sometimes, so I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna do that. And I'm just gonna lay it to the side because there's more layering that I want to do before I actually attach this. And this, I am going to, and it's not the cover yet, but where'd my little, yeah. I'm just gonna go ahead and make kind of a cover. There's gonna be like a piece to go on the cover. And this might be good for Oh, for a cover. So all of this stuff is like scraps. Jelly printed on a list. It says ATCs, I guess, due in October. Mystery something. Join the something. This was given to me in a swap, just a printout, I think, of like a postcard or something. Stamped it. These are just like little bits of paper that I glued on there. I think I would break it down for like a let's see if I got something over here. So this is a work in process. I think that's what it is, a whip work in process. Yeah. Anyways, for like a, hopefully it's not stuck too bad. I don't really wait for the glue to dry. For a tag, someone add like some ribbon or silk up here and sew around. I don't think I have any finished tags over here, but that's what I kind of do with the tags in my journal. It's just add scrap of fabric, and if it's kind of ugly, like you can see the glue there, I can go back and like jelly print it and like cover it up a little bit and make it look a little bit more together, I guess you could say. Okay, so what was I talking about? Oh yeah, that was probably gonna be a tag. I have a drying rack over here that I slide my little whips in, my little work in progresses. Okay, so this is going to be like, so if that's the front, it's going to be like that, or like offset, and then her down there, and then add something up there. And I am going to go ahead and add this on here. I do like that a lot, but oh well. Like I can't remember who said it, but they were doing some art and they were like, you know, a lot of people hang on to different pieces in their art that they really, really love because they're kind of afraid they're not going to be able to make something like that again. Well, which you're not exactly going to be able to make it, but you can make something just as neat. So don't be afraid to cover up stuff. And I am not, or I've gotten better with it. There are some things I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to cover that up. But I will. It's gone. See, that's cute. Then I can, I don't know, something. But I'm going to want to sew here, which I could probably go ahead and add her because I'll just sew a little bit into her. And I like that. If I kind of put her, I didn't put her all the way up to the edge here because I like that extra little texture in between, and I did a tiny bit over, so when I go to sew, it's going to barely catch her on the bottom, and then up her bow here, and that's fine. Then we'll come back and maybe do some texture paste on there or something, scribble or whatever. But on this one, I didn't want to put this down, which I could. I just don't want to go so far onto this because then it looks like it's pushed into the background to me. Like whenever I sew over it, if I sew too much on the main part, I don't know, then I'd try to fix it with like putting texture paste or something over that. But anyways, this is just like super detailed thought process. But if I did glue it down and do barely on the edge, so it barely goes over, kind of like that one, which I think that's what I like. Okay, I'm going to have to get into some of my paper that I was saving to make an art journal because I have a painting paper swap on SwapBot, and I did all these papers, which I'm probably gonna I haven't mailed my swap yet. So I'm debating. I'm thinking about sending an art journal too. But I think I am going to. This is probably one of my least favorite ones. So I may just use this for a couple of art journals. So I do like to go this way because I feel like it's already kind of art journal size this way. Maybe that makes sense. And there, and then that one may be just a little too long, which is fine because these can be added and just made into tags or whatever. So let's get these guys on here. And then sometimes, so like this one, I may just, okay, good. Add him here and then take the sewing machine and go around him a bunch of times. And then maybe add like a couple little more elements and it'll be done. Unless he looks better on this one. There's a little bit more going on. Yeah, whatever. Try not to think about it too much because A, it doesn't really matter. And B, I don't want to spend 10 minutes here looking at this one thing. I like to move a little fast and make several of them. So I like that. And this one, I can kind of do the same thing with this. Yeah, why not? So these Art Decos, they get made by someone, and then that someone decides who they're making it for. It could be themselves, so I can make this for me, or I can make it for one of my swapper friends, or for anyone. And then I will mail it to somebody else that swaps Decos. So, and I'm gonna put a couple pages in here, and they just decorate a page. So this is the most recent homer that I haven't gotten back. This is via Yahoo group. This group does exist, but it's not in Yahoo, it's in Groups.io. And this is a pick a page deco, which means I wrote down the theme of each of these pages, and whenever the person got it, they chose their page, a page they wanted to do, and they made it in that theme. So these are my favorite things. Jackie Chan, Poe, softball, volleyball, American Indians, Terra Panda, abstract, used stamps, horses, and cupcakes. So yeah, so that's what these are going to be. And it takes a while for them to come back, and they don't all come back. I've made hundreds of them. I probably have about 50 that have came back, but I've been doing this for at least over 10 years, maybe like 15 years. And this one took 4 years to come back, so it's not a quick hobby. All right, there's that. Let's see. Wish I had a cookie over here. I'd go ahead and make that one because that is the themed one for a swap. What do I want to use? I'll use this image. Love these little, these are also digital stamps from Etsy, but I'm pretty sure they're for non-commercial use only, which I didn't used to care, but I think that I'm going to choose only people's digi-stamps that they do allow for just handmade items. So not like commercial as in like print over like hundreds of them, but maybe you make 10, 20, up to like 50 of them, which I would probably not make 50 of like one image, greeting card or whatever. But what am I doing now? Let's see. I like this page. I think I'm going to do it this way. I don't think I can make 3 out of this. It's okay. Yeah, I may just do 2 more. So which one's out? Big one. We'll do the small ones. Now, it's kind of grungy, which is fine. Looks good, grungy, and then you add like, so a really crisp white texture paste with like a circle stencil or whatever stencil would look really good with this, I feel like, in my opinion. It really, I think it would bring out like the white areas in that. And see, yes, I'm covering this up. And that is okay. Oh, hold on. I think I wanted that on the right side. Like those little ripped parts coming out. Kind of wanted it on the right side. I may wait to add that. I may put some textury stuff behind there. So textury stuff and then add this. We'll see. I like that gray coming down there in the pink. So there's how that will be. So she's eating a little apple. Alright, let me go to the sewing machine and I'll be right. Okay, I'm back. And I did go ahead and break down another page because I got my little stamp. It's going to be the cookie deco. And then I have this, which I just made this out of texture paste and jelly printed it a little bit. Then I guess it was already, I didn't cut it like this. It was like on probably like junk mail or something. An envelope. It was on an envelope or a letter. I don't know. Whatever. But it is. I love the texture of filling it. So I thought about maybe adding that on there and then doing some, you know, I like 3s or odd numbers, but sometimes I do even numbers just to rebel, just to do it. Like why is it off when it's even and it's just right when it's odd? But anyways, so put some of these on here and then sew around them, which I did some circles on these and I was not liking my circles. They were kind of wonky, but I'll show you. So here I just went around it twice. It's going to be on YouTube and Instagram. So landscape, YouTube, portrait, Instagram, whatever. So I went ahead and glued that on there. Then this one I glued it on after I sewed it, after it was sewn. And I did go through that because it was just kind of floating right there and irking me. So I had to just go right through that thing. Then here's this one. You can see how I went. And a lot of times when I have several layers, I do like to do the middle layer and also around the edge, which I didn't do it on this one, which isn't a big deal, or this one because they're really close. This one, it just felt right, like the edge was naked without that sewn on there. And a lot of this is just like a feeling of how and I didn't like how that went over, but then I was like, whatever. I actually like it now. But yep, so there's that one. Here is this one. Then see how like going around it, I'm like, I did want to go to the stem, so that was on purpose. And I'm going to leave these strings kind of long. And then I added this, which I was crooked. It's only a little bit here. I wish I would have been crooked that way, more on the cover, but whatever, it's not a big deal. That's alright. Oh, I gotta add this one. And then I added this on here, which I usually add this. I can add this on tags and stuff, so I just was like, why not just add that on there? And now she's got something to kind of stand on. So I may add her like that. And then I'm start kind of thinking about what stencils I want to use. And if I use texture paste, we'll probably let it dry for about 30 minutes to an hour. Probably work on some art journals and then come back. And I don't want to put her in the center, but if she's in the center, it's kind of okay because it's offset down here. But I think I'm going to just put her over a little bit and kind of high, bit in the orange grass, I guess you could say. And then for these, I'm going to have to go look at the, these are like perfect for little like this. I could put that there or kind of up there, some other hearts on there, which is probably what I'm going to do. And then these would actually probably do pretty good with these. If I put that one there, or this one kind of on the side. Something like that, or I could like put some splotches of paint and kind of make a shelf. Does that make sense? Usually don't like my stuff floating. Hearts can float. Cactuses and flowers and trees and stuff like that kind of need to be grounded for me. So if I like drew like a little, almost like a table, maybe like a skinny table right there, and just set that little pretty little flower thing on the table, and he's just staring at it. Okay, I'm gonna do it. I'm not a good drawer, so let's do this first. Let's try to make it work. So where is he looking? He could be looking there. He could be looking maybe like right there. No, it's already on its little table. It's alright though. There. I'm an artist. It's a table. Which I think kind of goes with my style. Kind of, I don't know, sloppy. It's alright. And set that there. I'm just going to do it. I think it looks cute. And I guess that's all that matters. These may be kind of old. Kind of hard to get off. Come on. They're pretty tough stickers though, so once I actually get an edge up, it'll come right off. I just don't want to get an edge up and accidentally flip it down on itself. Oh dang, it did kind of do that. Well, let's see if I can. That's probably not going to be fixable. Oh well. There we go. That'll be good enough. And I just want to push it on there. Then we'll probably add some other stuff, but it's probably ready for pages now. I love those little stickers. They just look neat. They make everything else look neat. I need to find out who the artist is of these little stickers. I bet they have a lot of different images. Okay, anyway. see. No, I don't think I'm gonna put a cactus on there. No, I mean, maybe. I mean, technically, I could draw like a long table in the background and put a couple of cactuses on there. Maybe just the ones that are in. And I didn't plan on putting any of these cacti on there. I wanted to just show off my favorite stickers. But these stickers make everything look so nice. I haven't used them in a while. So, and there's 3 of them. No, just pick the ones in the container. That's all. Because they're more than likely to be the ones that are on a table. But would a table be over her head, like a really tall table? Maybe it's a shelf. How would I draw a shelf? Dang it, I'm like so bad. But we're gonna do it. Maybe like that. Maybe it's just a shelf. Now I'm saying like this at like even. Maybe these 2 need to be to the outside. Or maybe they're really close together. Dang, these are gonna be hard to get off. I don't have a, I mean I do somewhere, like a little razor, but I don't have it on hand because I have no idea where it's at. Good gosh. Yeah, whatever. If I start finding myself like spending too much, like focusing in too hard on something that really isn't that big of a deal, trying to stress over. I tried to just like finish it real quick and then put something, I don't know, maybe get some little mark making tools out. I kind of want to make this a table, but logically it would be like a shelf. So those 2, this one is ready for some scribbles. I don't know if I have any scribble things over here. I just have like this, which isn't exactly a scribble tool, but it can be interesting. Just put some lines in there, scrape it in there. Oh, put a hole in it. Anyways, get, yep. Do some hearts on this one. I'm gonna go ahead and just do some hearts. Should be a little bit easier to get off. I kind of want to be random. I mean, I do want to be random. I'll go ahead and just use all these. Yeah, I think I'm about done. So that's neat. It's kind of, you know, it's kind of transparent, no, translucent. Which kind of makes it like makes it blend more into the background, which is good. It's good. This one, I don't have any stamps. Ooh, I have this. Do some of this stuff. Let's do this. Do 3. And then I will also use this somewhere. Dang. I think I will. Alright. Just do that. And it just depends on how detailed I want to get. I could come back in and try, I don't know, I have to go really slow if I'm going to make like a little narrow circle around these. I'd love to be able to free hand, or not free hand, but free form sewing. It's not by hand, it's still with the machine. It's just, you don't have the feed dogs pulling the paper, you just kind of move it however you want. Well, not really like that, but you know, like, you know what I'm talking about. So there is that. And then another trick, or another thing I do whenever if I don't feel like it's really coming together good, I'll just kind of cover up the main thing and like splatter paint on it, and it kind of just pulls it together, if that makes sense. Which I think these are turning out pretty good. So now I don't know if I want it kind of on this side, which I like showing this, I like that, or more on that side. I do like, dang it. See, it doesn't really matter, I'm gonna go with that. Well. And these are probably going to go out into a group that I'm on on SwapBot. There's a, which way did I say? This way? There is a tag on SwapBot, or you like there's a few people in the group, and we all have our addresses in there. It's in a forum, so it's not an actual swap. And we it's like a tag, it's not like a tag group where you tag the person in front of you and you send them whatever it is, and then somebody will tag you, they send you. There are deco groups with those kind of forums and tagging. This is more you're in the group and you can make a deco and just send it, but you kind of keep it within the group, I think. So, and then if you're on that list and you have your address there, then anyone can in that group can make a deco and send it to you, and you would decorate a page and you just send it on to somebody else in that group that hasn't already decorated or signed it. So let's get some pages going. So if I did this 4, 5, 6, that'd be 6 signers, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want to cut the thread. And with mine, there are some groups that want the pages to be neat and trim. I like mine kind of hanging out a little bit. Like I like that. It just adds more texture to the whole thing, to me. I do usually do 2 pieces on the inside, but I think there may be 5 or 6 of us doing these decos, so I won't be able to do a page. So hopefully there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I don't know math. I do know math, but sometimes my brain does not work. Like today, I had to go ask my husband if I use headphones to do my videos. If the audio would work, which I still haven't checked it, like on this video. And he was like, yeah, why do you need to ask me? And I was like, so I need to ask a normal person. My brain isn't working. Like, I kind of knew it would, but just, I don't know. Just like, let me ask somebody that's normal. And double check. So there's that. And I'm going to, when I put these in there, I'm just going to do this and stitch and go down, stitch, stitch these in. It's just the easiest for me, instead of doing like by hand. So what are we doing? Pages. This one is a little bit long, which is fine, but I'm just gonna do that. Now let's see. Oh, I got this. Oh yeah, that really goes with that. I like that. Where are my scissors? Oh my goodness. If I cut a thread, it's not the end of the world. Okay, so about that much. And this one, let's see. These, it's a little bit bigger. Use that. Alright, I'm going to go find some, well, ink for this. I may use this on there find a contrasting. Oh, I already got that, so I'm not going to do this unless I make it thin. Let me go brainstorm and get some crayons and stuff. I'll be back.